Hello viewers, this is my academic information system that I created using Figma. So I'll walk through how the entire uh, system is. First I'll go through the instructor part and then I'll go to the student part as well, as I implemented both of those interfaces separately. But it does have some of the common features such as the chat system and the calling interface, as you can see over here, and also the help interface. So I thought it would be redundant to implement those twice. So as you will see when I will go through the prototype, that for both of the pages they point to the same interface through the interactions. So as you can see, all of the interactions are right over here. So first let me just go through the login page of the instructor. As you can see over here as well, that it's pretty much the same. The only difference would be that the user would enter their credentials using their employee ID or student ID respectively. But to maintain a constant workflow, I had to implement this redundancy. So as you can see, I've added some of the prototyping interactions in this as well to make it more dynamic. So for example, if I click forget password, it'll just ask to enter the email address to receive a reset link. If you just press continue, it just said the email has been sent. And similarly, if I just go, instead of forget, the same thing goes for the student as well. So if they click forget password, the student will be redirected to the same page. So I click login, I'm redirected to the home page of the instructor. So this is the instructor's home page. Example, I implemented some of dynamic interactions over here as well. So as you can see, these are the courses that the instructor is teaching, and this is from the chat system. So these are the chats that the instructor has received. So there are several ways you can get through the chat system. One is by just directly clicking over here, and you can even click right over here to get back to the chat system. So that's the chat system that the requirements had. So the main part of the academic system was the chat system, in which provides inbuilt feature for both instructor and students to communicate with each other. Let's go to the announcement section for the instructor. So as as the instructor, they have the ability to post a new announcement. So for example, right over here as well, I implemented some dynamic graphics, and then you just put your course, the title of the announcement, and just type your announcement. It will just show a overview of the previous announcements made as well. So this is the announcement page for the instructor. So what about the grade piece? The requirement stated that they wanted an easier way for the instructors and students alike to view and upload their grades. We just go over here. Yeah. So as you can see, this is a bit of redundancy. I don't think it's redundancy per se, but just consistency in the design. So if you would see the colors grading scheme or the other interactive design element, so just consistency. So over here you can just select the course, and then as the requirement stated that they would like to just upload, for example, an Excel file or any other document file, and the system from the back end just convert it into grades for all of the individual students. So I also added this announcement feature which would inform the students that the grade have been posted. So this is the instructor side of things, and the help page as well. So as I said, the help page would be common for both instructor and student, because there are some pretty similar features for both of them. But from the backend perspective, this will redirect them to the respective help section. For example, account and billing would be different for students, and I don't think students have to pay for anything. So this would be something else for students. But just to avoid redundancy in development and to save development time, I just made it for instructor, but the student would have something similar as well. So as you can see, this allows the user to just browse the most important or the most frequently asked questions just by over here, and you can even search the uh, help section that you want to go to. So this is from the uh, instructor side of things. Now let's just look into how the students side of things look like. So as I mentioned, the login page is quite similar as well. They would just enter the student ID instead of an employee one. And the forget page is also the common page over here. So I don't just, let me just show it to you right now. Yeah, it will be the same thing. We just redirect it right over here. To avoid redundancy, I didn't implement it twice. Okay, so this is the student side of things. If I press login, redirects to the student homepage. Again, the consistency in design, the interaction, the dynamic interaction is the same as instructor. So over here, as you can see, this is for the instructor, they showed the courses that the instructor was teaching. For students, it's just the opposite. It's the courses that the student is taking. And it's similar for the chat system as well, that look, they have a separate section in which they can see an overview of who communicated with them recently. So they can just go here, select their course, and then view their details as well. And they can even search for any of the previous courses that they were enrolled in. There's just a filter option. And again, it's the same thing. If I press new message, it will redirect me to the grading page. Again, I didn't implement it twice for the student and for the instructor. So let me just go to this once again. It's pretty slow for some reason. Figma. Okay. So this is the home page. The announcement page for the student, as we know, they can't post any announcement. So it would just be the recent announcement. For example, there are filter options over here as well. So right now the uh, recent option is selected in filters. So it just shows the recent announcement that the professor gave for a particular course or something. Yeah, so this is dynamic, and the all of this stuff will be handled on the backend side. So yeah, again, consistency in user design and color grading scheme. For grades, as you can see over here as well, it gives them a lot of filter options. And right now, the third semester grades are being selected. So the students can view their semester 3 grades. It is also dynamic in nature. So if you select something else, it would just show you the grades of that semester. And again, if I go to the help section, redirect me over here, and you can just ask whatever questions you have with frequently asked questions right over here. Yeah, so this is my academic information system. Uh, I'm pretty sure this is what the requirement stated, and if it stated anything otherwise, it was just because of my assumption on how to implement it using Figma. So yeah, this is the academic information system which I built based on the limited amount of requirements and time that we had. So which included creating a wireframe as well. So the first week was just a wireframe. So for me, wireframe was something like this. That's what I believe a wireframe is supposed to look like. So it was just a basic overview of how your design should look like. Of course, after this, I realized a lot of pages should be included in this. So I even mentioned that in my reflect document that I should have created a more comprehensive wireframe structure. That is the requirement structure. So this is what I did in week 1, and all of this including the color scheme. So I think color scheme and the uh, interactions took the most of the time. So but once you get those two parts, the other parts were a lot easier, as there are some many common functionalities in both for the instructor and student. So yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you.